Now let's get started with SketchUp. Let's try and understand it, the user interface and the navigation and creating some basic elements. So SketchUp is a pretty simple and easy to use tool, and so now once you inside here SketchUp, you'll be using SketchUp 2025. A trial version is what I have. It's a pro, and hopefully you have the same version of it. You can download it from the website, and it's a free trial that's available. And once you're inside, you have the menus that's on the top, and you have the standard file menu and edit, view, cameras, draw, tools, windows and extensions. All the menus appear, and then we have the tools that is stacked up here underneath, and this looks similar to AutoCAD classic interface prior to 2009, and after that they moved to the ribbon interface. So this is the classic way of arranging tools, and then we have the panel here, and then the status bar. So my suggestion is like I wanted you guys to have almost all the tools on the screen, so that we'll try and cover this within these tutorials to understand complete SketchUp. Okay, to do that, go to view, click on toolbars, and then click on all of these check boxes, and then to make sure that every one of these are actually turned on. So now you should see a complete toolbar. You can actually drag and drop things onto the toolbars, and you can rearrange it however you want it. Okay, but I want you to have all the tools arranged across the screen so that we'll learn about all the tools. Okay, so once you are here, so we are in the main interface where you can use your middle mouse button to actually rotate. Okay, so the navigation is pretty simple, guys. You just use your middle mouse button, hold it down to rotate, and so if you want to pan, use your shift key, middle mouse button, hold it, and then you can move it. And then the left mouse button, if you click and drag, you get a window selection, and click and drag from right to left, you get a cross selection. And then right click, you get the right click menu, and then when you select the object, you get the right click menu for the object. Okay, let's go to preferences. So now in here, so the red axis, what color you want to have, the green axis and blue axis. If you want to change the color, you can change it. And then you have the image editor. You can choose your Windows image editor if you want to have something else. And drawing, you can detect auto detect, and when you click pretty much the snap options. And file locations, these are the default folder locations and files for all your SketchUp related stuff. And general, create a backup, and then auto save. These are actually pretty useful tools, and I really suggest you guys actually turn it on. And then graphics, we can leave the graphics to the standards, and when you're actually doing interior or something pretty graphic oriented stuff, you can come here to increase the metalness and the roughness values. You can reduce it or increase it based on what you want to see it, if you want to see the textures and stuff. And these are some of the keyboard shortcuts. You can click and you can assign keyboard shortcuts, which we will see it probably later down the classes. We'll actually add some of these things as we want it. And then template, these are the default templates that you can start your drawings with. So you can start with a simple one, visualization, architecture, and all of these ones, which I will show you. And then we have the workspaces. You can reset the workspace. This is basically the workspace that we see, and we are using the use large tool buttons, or else it will be a bit tinier. I think this is all okay. Okay, so that's basically the preference. And then let's close this file, and then let's open a blank file. We'll go to new. I don't want to save this one. And this is basically the blank file that when you open it, you get to see it. And then you can go to open, and you can open an existing file. And if you want to open a file from a template, you can go to file, and then click on new from template. And then there is a whole bunch of drawings that's available. So none of these things actually makes like as if it's like a brand new stuff or anything very specific. It's just some of the presets are available based on those templates. So I have chosen the architectural one, and you can choose a simple one and stuff like that. You can still change everything to whatever you have here. So the templates doesn't really do too much of a difference. It's just some presets available. Okay. So next we actually set the units for the model. So for that we'll go to window and then click on model info. And from here you can set all of these basic settings for your model. So like geolocations and all that. And then you can also set the units, and you can choose whether this is going to be architectural or engineering. And and you can choose decimal. So yeah, so you can choose all of these things. And if you want to keep it with the metric units, you choose decimal, and then you can choose, let's say, millimeters, and area we can choose meter square or millimeter square, and so you can choose meter square, and then volume could be cubic meters, and you can choose a symbol for that, and that's pretty much it. So you set the preferences and you set the model info, and once that is done, you are inside the drawing and you can start getting started with these drawings. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start with some basic object creation. So I'm going to move this one up here, and then I'm going to start with a line. So the command keyboard shortcut for the line command is L. Press L, and then it goes to the line command, or you click on this one, and then you see, like, wherever I go, so it snaps onto the axis. So what you can do is you can click, and then you can click and drag, and you can see it snaps, and then it creates a line. So wherever it actually goes in the red, it goes to in the red color, and then if it's in the X and Z, positive and negative, it goes in the blue color, and then the green color. Okay, so you click and drag, and then you create a line, and from this line you can snap onto this object. Now you can see when I actually go onto the line, you see when I go to the midpoint, it actually gives me a snap line. So snap points, I click, and then I can draw another line. If I wanted to go in parallel with this one, you can see when I actually go parallel to that, you can see it automatically snaps, and then it gives that color red. So when it's in red color, it is actually traveling parallel to that line. So then if I wanted to start from here and end it onto this one, yeah, click, and then click, and then click. Now as you close your polygon into one particular closed loop, it becomes a shape, it becomes a face. So then what I can do is I'm going to start here again, and then you can get the tracking line from the other snap, and then click, and then click. Okay, then you can click, and then you can go to the midpoint, and then click, and then click. So now let's say we are drawing in one single plane, so we're not actually drawing in the Z plane, so we're drawing in only one single plane. If you want to draw in the Z elevation, you can either click, and then you can drag up, and then you see you start getting the blue line. Sometimes you might be drawing in a different angle, you'll be thinking that, okay, I'm drawing in the vertical axis, but no, only when you're actually seeing the blue color, you're actually going straight perpendicular up. So you can draw, and from here you can go meet, and then here you can go and draw. Okay, so now let's say I don't want to make a mistake, because sometimes you'll be drawing, you think that will be a straight line, but it may not be. You can see it is a wrong one. If I want to do an undo, Control Z. Okay, and also you can see it's a continuous command. You can click drawing, and then you keep drawing and stuff. It doesn't get out of the command. Even if you press escape, it's still within the command. If you want to get out of the command, you have to press space bar. Okay, and if I go back to the command by press L, and then you can go back and start drawing. So if you want to undo it, you can do Control Z to undo it, or if you want to erase it, press E, and then you get the eraser. Okay, so now we are on this drawing, and now let's say I wanted to draw with specific constraints. So now I can click and draw, and let's say I'm drawing in the red axis, but I wanted to force it only to the red axis. Now what I do is I use the arrow keys. You see the up, down, and left, right arrow keys. I can use the left arrow key, and then you can see it is actually doing letting me draw only on this plane. Okay, now let's say if I use the right arrow key, now you see it lets me draw only in this direction. Okay, and I think let's just snap to some grid. Okay, like that. And then let's say if I wanted to draw in the Z axis, you use the up or down arrow. Use the up arrow. I think my graphic card is a bit glitchier. Okay, so let's say if I want to go up or down, you try and use your blue line to track it to the up, or you can use the up arrow, and then it lets you force you to draw only on the up direction. Okay, and now so like that. So you can keep drawing like these. It's pretty easy and fun. And let's say you have finished drawing something, and then you see it creates multiple faces, and you don't want it to have that sort of multiple faces. What you can do is you can press E, and then you can go and click on these to erase it, so that it becomes like faces, like one complete faces. Now I can delete this one and it becomes like one face. And similarly, I can click here, it becomes like one face. Okay, so now if I go to P, that is for extruding. So you can select any of these faces, click, and then you can drag, and then you can extrude it. And you can actually snap it to the edge by just going to the corner of that line, and then it says on edge. So that means it will extrude it until that particular line. Same way you can select and then you can drag to extrude it on the line. Hard to get this tracking line. Yeah, there we go. So like that. And you can choose any of these faces and then you can drag. All right. So that's basically some of those fundamentals with SketchUp. So hope you enjoyed it, and let's keep going. Let's create more shapes and let's understand a bit more about it in the coming lessons. Thank you guys and cheers.